Hello, my name is Kyron Le Siren, Blue the Lotus, Blue, you feel me, you heard, call me whatever floats your fucking boat. I'm gonna start doing these segments where whatever, I try not to make it just one video per one art piece, because I feel like that'll kind of get, it'd be weird to have like one video for one art piece. So these are two works of art that I have done within the past week, and I'm going to be explaining what the meaning behind both is and the materials that were used. So this.
Oh damn, he fucked around and found out. Oh shit. Shit, bruh. Shit, bruh. Shit, bruh. Shit, bruh.
Zach Galifianakis. Can you see? This is, of course, the KDS smile. It's actually funny because where that little white splotch is next to the mouth is where my scar is in real life. That's dope. It's the KDS smile. And basically, if you want to see the septums and child. Some of the paint ain't dry evenly, so that's what that little spot is. But yeah. So what was used was acrylic paint and pens. Acrylic paint and pens. And yeah. I first, or was it? Yeah, it was first the pen, did the outline in pen, the idea in pen, and then I painted over it. And basically, the inspiration behind this piece was I was not feeling good that day. I was not a happy camper, not at all. Not at all. In fact, I was really pissed the fuck off, and I was processing some anger that I did not want to sit and let simmer in my body and auric and energetic field in my emotional body, because we're not in the business of repressing shit over here. We're not in the business of repressing nothing. So, or letting shit eat at us, or projecting it onto other people, right? We take accountability for our emotional states, and we handle ourselves because it is our responsibility to do so, right? So yeah, the KDS smile basically originated from, and I'm gonna do a video behind KDS and BDL. I realize I never did. I have never explained what the fuck either of those mean. I kind of just popped up on the internet, was like, hey, I'm here. But yes, so basically the KDS smile, this is it's gonna get dark, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was little, my family loved to take pictures and shit all the time. My mama stayed taking pictures of me and my sister, and and other family members and stuff. It's just kind of a normal thing we as humans do. We take pictures, save the moment. But in my case, there was a lot going on behind closed doors, inside of the home, that those cameras did not pick up. And it was a lot of times that we would be going through, like, there's a picture of me where I got peace sign up, 2 peace signs up, and I'm sitting next to my sister, and I'll put it in the video. But in the picture, we're smiling, we look very mature for our age, and it's because we was experiencing shit that no kid should have to fathom, you feel me? And so that's why we look so mature and so adultish, because we was experiencing adult things and having to handle adult problems as children. So in the pictures and shit that my mama would take, our family members would take, we was always told to smile, even if we wasn't happy, or even if we wasn't, we was going through some shit. In that picture I was just mentioning, right before that, I had went to a. And also, I used to get in trouble for looking sad. Like, if we went to, like, a function or something, like a family function, people would ask my peoples, like, hey, what's wrong with her? She don't look so okay. Like, is she okay? It's because, again, I don't think I said this in the video yet, but I would wear my emotions on my face and didn't know. And so I would get reprimanded for being sad, you know. Christian summer camp is why there was paint on my face and shit. And you know, it was one of my first experiences, like a spiritual experience as a kid that I didn't really understand was a spiritual experience, was because they was this is side tangent. It was at this like show performance thing where all these it was white folks. I was in the country. I was out in Ashland, Kentucky, or Grayson County. They're really close to each other. It doesn't really matter. That's when I looked at the clock. I saw 444. It was at this like performance thing, and when I got back home, well, one, my mom was battling addiction. Me and my mother had just, and my sister was still in Louisville before the picture. Me and my mom was in the shelter for 8 months. Came to Ashland. It took us 6 hours on a. I didn't finish the story, but basically right after that, we had got into a car accident. And it was, of course, shit with my mom, as I'm about to tell you. Greyhound bus, and made it to Ashland, and then she, man, whole lot of shit. But just know it was not all sunshine and rainbows, and it was, we knew how to act really well. That's why I know how to act as well as I do. Sometimes I don't act very well. And sometimes you can't even tell that I'm going through, whether it be I'm going through some shit or if I'm genuinely joking or playing a bit. Like sometimes you can't even tell because I'm that good at acting, because I knew how to act as a kid. I knew, at even being autistic, I knew how to mask. You feel me? So I like to say that the smile is like my shadow. And after so many years of you know, masking and survival and stress, I don't know if I had, like, all jokes aside, I was not joking at any point. I don't know why I just said that, but just, I guess, to signify, like, in all seriousness, I went through so much that I think I might low-key have cerebral palsy, and I don't know much about that, but I have instances where when I get really stressed out, and by the way, when I express this shit, it's one thing I really do not like is people thinking that when I express this, and not that it even matters, because fuck you, but when I'm expressing this shit, people thinking that I'm doing it for attention or sympathy or self-pity. I'm not. This is my purpose, bitch. This is my purpose, is to express what my past is my fucking testimony. So yeah, so I went through so much as a kid that, again, the cerebral palsy, and I think it's just due to, again, the excessive, I think because, and listen, this is my theory, right? The right side of your body is the masculine, which would be controlled by this side of your brain, right? The left. This side is the feminine, which would be controlled by this side of your brain. The right, the creative side, and this is like, if I'm not mistaken, like language and processing, you know, the more logical. Being that I had to heavily rely on this side, or whatever side, I forget which side of my face isn't as responsive sometimes, like, especially depending on, like, if I'm going through some shit or stressed out or having like high blood pressure or something, it'll really show. Or if I'm like trying my best to not show my emotions, like due to fear, it's really when I experience fear, I'm not able to hide my expressions very well. And I've been told over the years that I don't hide my expressions very well. Sometimes I don't realize that I'm making a face. It's like you can look at me and tell how I feel about the people in the room based off of my face, and I don't even be meaning to do that. It's just sometimes I can't hide that shit, you know. But yeah, so this is my shadow. It's blue because I am an indigo child. That's hence blue. I'm an indigo child, so and then of course the smile, like I said, sharp teeth like a siren. But it's my shadow, like, oh, bitch, you feel me? Oh, you got me fucked up. I'm finna tear you up, you know? And so I guess it's just because as a kid, I never got to be authentic. I never got to authentically express how I felt. You know, it was one, it wasn't supported, but when I did ask questions and tell the truth and call out BS that I didn't even know was BS, like, why is so and so going into so and so's room if so and so is married to so and so? I was that type of kid, genuinely curious, and would just ask questions all the time. I would not shut up. And eventually I learned that the adults around me didn't want certain questions to be asked. You feel me? That's why I love the taboo now, because it was so demonized to me as a kid. You know, I say always I've been the emblem and embodiment of taboo, but now I'm not afraid to show that shit. I'm not afraid to show that shit. I am taboo. Yes, I talk to spirits. I see spirits. I'm a witch. Which means wisdom. What else? While we unearthing shit and getting shit off our chest. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So, but yeah. So this is the KDS smile. It's when I switch into that, it's like, oh, okay. Time's up. Game over. It takes me a long time to get angry, but when I get to this point, when I start laughing, that's another thing. When I get really angry, really pissed the fuck off, and you know that I'm there, I will start laughing. No bullshit. That's how you know that it's raps. It's raps. And that's a wrap. Clack. It's over. Curtains. So yeah, I try not to get to that point, you know? Take a breather. Walk away. It's another thing. Emotional regulation is violence prevention. Suicide prevention. All that. Yeah. So. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So this one is a lot more simpler. And this actually might be my favorite piece that I've ever done. One of my favorites. I did this yesterday. In a span of like an hour. The only materials that we used was paint. I dead ass. It was going to be originally, it was going to be how I felt at the time, which I felt like I was being held in the arms of God. Like, I still feel that way. Like, I'm in her arms. I'm being held by her right now, so that I can, you know, feel like I'm being poured into, you know, feel not so alone, you know. And originally it was gonna be, I might have to cover her yitties, because YouTube has a weird thing with women's body, non-male penis bodies. I might have to cover that. That's a damn shame, because it's like a really important part of the piece is her niplets. But oh shit. But yeah. So yeah, I perceive God as a black woman. Maybe not the gender of woman, but I see God as a black, dark-skinned. If God was a human being, God would be a black woman. And so I drew that, I painted that, and I was gonna like draw like a little one in her arms, but then I was like, she looks perfect by herself. She looks good. She looks beautiful just like this. And I drew or painted. This is all paint. Cowrie shells like mine. So, yeah. God is a black woman. We all come from a black woman. So, yeah, this was just acrylic paint. I just made shadows with different colors of brown. And also, in ancient Egypt, they said that we emerged from the water, or nothing, right? The abyss, like the galaxy. And they call it, hold on, I'm about to look it up. The inspiration was of the Egyptian goddess Nut, who stretches over the earth god Geb, and is basically the goddess of the sky and the heavens. And for me, as above, so below. So, like the sky has stars and is endless and vast, that's how I perceive the ocean too. And being that we both come from water, i.e. when we are born, born, we are exiting the waters of our mother's womb, you know, and then when we are these bodies, we're made up of water, you know, 95% of water. And so again, if God was a human being, which technically she is, and all of us, not always as a she, not always as a he, not always as a they, not always as a it, she would look like this. A black, dark-skinned woman. And here's another thought. I was thinking to myself, if the reason that we fear space, the unknown, is because that is where we come from, like in the sense of our human minds are able to only conceptualize and understand so much. Like, what if we fear space and the ocean because of how vast and unknown and how inconceivable, unfathomable, how vast, big is not even the right word, right? Endless, unpredictable, chaotic, you know? Like, maybe the same reason why we fear space is because, like, of the sea. We can't breathe. There's no control, you know? Being that also black women hold the biological codes for everybody, but I mean, hey, she's literally the blueprint, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a mixed kid from Kentucky, right? I joke. I joke. But yes, child, those are the pieces. Thank you for watching my video. Take care of yourself as you would your own child. Look up ancestor veneration, baby. How much water you drink today? That reminds me, I need to get my butt up and drink some water. Compliment somebody today. If not somebody, you don't even know how one compliment can literally send out a ripple effect into the universe. You telling somebody that you fuck with their shoes can make them go tell somebody thank you. That thank you can make somebody feel appreciated and make them go home and cook dinner for their family, you know, out of this well spirit. The love that they put into that food will into their kid's belly, and then the next day at school that kid got a full belly because they ain't really be eating for real because they mama be depressed and shit. So then that kid will go and defend another kid from being bullied. Little do they know that kid that was being bullied was near to killing. You feel me? You never know. It got dark. I'm gonna stop saying that shit. Dark. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Y'all just gonna have to bear with my dark humor. My darkness. Y'all gonna have to adjust. I don't give a fuck. I'm not represent shit. Sorry.
Fuck
man,
you.
fuck
I don't give a
you
fuck.
need to leave. It's been a whole tangent. I've been internally battling with myself really my whole life, but really prevalently now. So that's what you're saying. You're watching me express my insanity as this video, as my personality. Insanity. Okay, ride that wave. You are loved more than you are aware of. Take care of yourself. How can you be of service to self and your community today? All right, peace out. Bye-bye.